What's going on, people? This is Shok. I apologize for the really crappy lighting and the voice quality might be a little different too, but I will improve these video situations, so don't worry, they're all not going to be like this. But y'all knew I was going to do a video about this. Y'all knew. And no, this has nothing to do with Blackmon uploading a video, because I actually planned to do this video yesterday, but by the time I saw this news, it was already like 11 p.m. so I waited through it today. I had a lot to do today, so that's why I'm just now getting to it. But Miyamoto has came out and he has said, and I quote, "While online play is certainly technically possible for us, it simply wasn't the focus for us this time around." End of the quote. Now, if you guys have been following me for at least just even this year, you would know that, I've been very critical of 3D World. I mean, it looks great now, but that first trailer was terrible. And I've done a video, I've mentioned in other videos where I'm talking about how Nintendo just kind of seems so resistant to online multiplayer, right? And how they need to start incorporating some online to these appropriate games. Appropriate games. I'm not saying they need to throw online to everything. I will buy a $60 single player game, no problem, right? Xenoblade, $60. I'll buy that. God of War 3, $60. I'll buy that. See what I'm saying? I don't need multiplayer to buy a game, and that's what a lot of people mistake. A lot of people are like, oh, you won't buy a game, you won't care about a game if it doesn't have online. That is not what we are saying, people. If a game is multiplayer focused, if it offers an offline multiplayer mode, if the developer keeps talking about it, if it's so robust, it needs to be online. Now, if you guys haven't seen Blackmon's video, it's pretty much going to be the exact same thing I'm going to say right here. But you had all these Nintendo fans, right? I'm a Nintendo fan myself. But you got all these other, apologists, Nintendo apologists out there, such as KFD and Shooter, claiming that it can't be technically done. Putting 3D World online cannot be done, and yet Miyamoto comes out and says the exact opposite. Which is what I have been trying to tell you guys this whole time. Which is what Bond has been trying to tell you guys this whole time. So what's your excuse now? What's the defense? And I also went to a certain website, and I'm not trying to diss this website because it's actually a very great website. Francis's website, right? PlayerEssence.com. Great website. Go check it out, y'all. It's constantly updated instantly with all the news you need from all three platforms. Great site. Go check it out. But to the community on that site and in the comment sections, I cannot believe the defense and the damage control that I saw. I mean, I saw some people in those comments talking about they're glad that the game is not online. How are you going to be glad that a game is excluding an option? How could you be glad that the game does not have something that could make it better? That makes absolutely no sense, people. It makes no sense. And then a lot of people try to pull what Miyamoto always says, right? As a matter of fact, he says it right here. What we really wanted to do was create something that people could experience fully while playing comfortably with others who were nearby them. And this is something we decided would be the best for Pikmin and the best case for Mario here as well. So basically people talking about, oh, I'm glad they didn't do online so they could, make sure that the offline experience is just the best it could possibly be. Guys, you guys said it yourself. Don't underestimate Nintendo. This is Nintendo, right? They could do whatever they want. This game is going to be amazing. Yet at the same time, you guys talk about how amazing Nintendo stuff, Nintendo is and stuff when it comes to these games, right? Which I agree with you. Nintendo's an amazing developer. That is why they are my favorite company. But then at the same time, you say that this amazing, creative, talented company with so much money can't get 4 people jumping around in a 3D platform online. They can't get that working? Exactly. Exposed. Absolutely contradicted yourselves. Plain and simple. And these dudes talking about, and Miyamoto talking about, we want to focus on the offline. I can't stress this enough. I'm tired of repeating myself. Putting in online does not nullify the offline. Period. Period. Back in high school, middle school, right, back in my school days before college, right, if I was playing Call of Duty or Halo, I'll use Halo as an example. Whenever I would play Halo with my friends, we would actually still go over each other's houses, right? Because we lived in the same city. I had one friend who lived in the same neighborhood as me, and I lived with another friend who still lived in the same, suburb as me in a different neighborhood. Although Halo 3 had online, we still went to each other's houses to play each other in it. Do you see what I'm saying? If people live close enough, chances are people will still get together and play. You see what I'm saying? But the reason why I shouldn't have to be explaining this because this should be common sense. The reason why it is good to have online is for those people who do not have friends who live close to them. Why is that so hard to understand for you people? Why can't you comprehend that? I saw a lot of people in the comments. It's not just Player Essence. It's been on YouTube, M4G, in the My Nintendo News, wherever this has been reported, right? People calling us social rejects because we won online. So we're social rejects because our friends don't live close to us. That makes no sense, people. And the thing that boggles my mind the most, right, is that you guys are all saying this online. You're watching this video right now on YouTube in a YouTube game community. You do videos yourself. You watching this video. You comment on these video makers. You're on all these websites. The point I'm making is, you know a lot of people online. You're agreeing with these people online. Oh, I'm glad it doesn't have online multiplayer. Yeah, it doesn't need it. But yet, you're in an online gaming community. You guys can see what I'm saying. Do you not want to play with these people you know online? I don't see how you guys are sitting there damage controlling this, high-fiving each other. Yeah, you're right, Shooter. It doesn't need online. Yeah, you're right, Francis. It doesn't need online. But you don't realize that the same people you're high-fiving, you can't play the game with. Think about that. Your brothers in arms here on YouTube, right? You can't play the game together. I can't believe you guys, this thought hasn't crossed your guys' mind. And you guys aren't bothered by this fact that Nintendo's gonna put so much focus into multiplayer, right? 4 players run around at the same time. They make a big deal out of it, but it's not online. And the reason is not, like you guys have been saying this whole time, it's technically hard or it's technically impossible. Miyamoto said it's possible. Pretty much, to translate this to, it simply wasn't the focus for us this time around. We wanted to focus on bringing people together. Let me translate that for you. Basically what Miyamoto was saying is, we didn't want to fucking do it. That's what he said. That's what Miyamoto said. Why doesn't 3D World have online? We didn't want to do it. That's the translation. He simply didn't want to do it. Now, I know a lot of y'all might be like, Shokyo, you're mad at shit right now. Hell yeah, I'm mad. Because Nintendo keeps messing up and messing up and messing up, right? And I think part of the reason why I know part of the reason why they do all these things, all these frustrating things, is because they don't have any demand. Because we got people like you guys not speaking up, always wanting to defend every single thing they do. And that annoys the hell out of me because I want my company to do better. I want them to better themselves. I find it hilarious how you guys are always complaining about the complaints that Sony drones or Xbox guys will throw at Nintendo when you don't realize that if you were to complain along with them, then maybe, just maybe, Nintendo would change to throw those complaints out the window, right? Oh, all these Sony drones talk about Nintendo needs more online games. If the Nintendo fan base, guys, if we come together and demand for more online games, guess what? We won't have to hear the Sony drones or Xbox talking about that. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand what is so hard about criticizing your favorite company. You don't have to hate. You don't have to bash. I'm not saying you have to be like Bond. You don't have to pretty much dedicate your channel to it. You don't have to make video after video after video. Just on a specific basis, on separate topics, whenever Nintendo does something that you don't like, speak out against it and then call it a day. You see what I'm saying? And I know I've talked about this before, but the reason why, of course, I'm bringing this back up again is because the latest article, what Miyamoto just said. He said it is possible for 3D World to have online. The man probably even considered it. It was probably almost even done, but they probably cut it out. And your guys' defense wasn't that they didn't have enough time. It wasn't that they didn't have enough money. It wasn't that. Your guys' defense was that it technically cannot be done because a 3D platformer online is just too taxing. Although we live in a day and age where we have these console games that have 64 to 256 multiplayer games. But Miyamoto comes out and says, oh yeah, we could have done it, we just didn't want to. So what's the defense? What is the excuse now? I'm tired. I am tired, I am tired, I am tired. And another thing, like, I don't understand why you guys, or you seem to be against online multiplayer, yet y'all enjoy the shit out of Mario Kart. Like, that's the thing I don't understand. Y'all enjoy the shit out of Mario Kart's online. So y'all know, you guys know how awesome online is. You know it. But if they don't incorporate it, you're like, oh, that's great. I actually prefer it not to have an option. That makes no sense. That makes no sense, people. There has not even really been a bad online Nintendo experience outside of Brawl in the first place. And that was because Brawl's Online was literally made in a couple of months, like 2 months. Brawl's Online was really made in like 2 months, which is the reason why Brawl's Online was crappy. But if you look at Mario Kart's Online, it was awesome. Based off what I've seen, I haven't seen any problems with Luigi's Mansion Online. You guys are playing Pokemon Online. We played Kid Icarus Online. That online was dope. So we've already played these dope online Nintendo experiences. Yet for some reason, you guys don't want to push for more. You don't want to push for some console online experiences. Because as far as it's going right now, all we're getting is Smash and Mario Kart Online, which is what we got in the previous installments on the Wii, so that's to be expected. Thank God Monolith is doing some multiplayer with X. But outside of, but you know, Monolith isn't a, their first party, but they're not, an internal Nintendo studio or whatever, you see what I'm saying? More internal Nintendo studios, tongue twister, they need to take online more seriously. Again, people, I'm not saying, oh, slap online to that, slap online to that. I'm saying, if a game is appropriate for online, if the game has multiplayer, I'm not saying, oh, why is this, like, for instance, if it's a single player game, I'm not going to say, why does this game why does it not have online? Because it's a single player game. You see what I'm saying? But if a game offers, a robust co-op or a robust competitive multiplayer component in 2013, I feel it should have online. Another example, the next Mario Party game. The next Mario Party game they make on Wii U, that needs to have online. Period. Period. Again, to repeat myself, you people agreeing with each other, you brothers in arms, high-fiving each other. Yeah, we don't need online for this game. You can't even play with each other. And you're cool with that. You live in West Virginia, this dude lives in freaking Washington, this other dude lives in Wyoming. You guys are high-fiving each other. You're glad it doesn't have online multiplayer, yet you can't even play with each other. Absolute retardation. Wake up, people. Think. Think. It is 2013. If a game is going to have this awesome multiplayer component, I can understand if it feels like something rushed or they threw in or it wasn't a big part of the game. But in 3D World's case, the multiplayer is a pretty big deal. You see what I'm saying? So it should be online. And people had the nerve to tell me, and I've seen this on other sites, people had the nerve to say the time trials were online multiplayer. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking stupid? Yeah, you're stupid. I'll go ahead and answer the question for you. You're stupid. You're stupid. I just don't understand you people. I just don't understand. Nintendo will not better themselves, guys, if we do not express our discontent when we are discontent. Here is a challenge for all you video makers here on YouTube, even for you guys who don't make videos. Here's a challenge. I want to see if you guys can criticize Nintendo. I want you guys to put up a video explaining to me everything you don't like about Nintendo, all the mistakes they've made with the Wii U, and annoying habits they have that you don't like. I want to see if it's in you. I want to see if you have it. You see what I'm saying? I want to see if it is possible for you to admit things. So that's my challenge. Tell me some of the things you are not happy about with the Wii U. You're not happy about with the 3DS, although I'm sure that's hard to do because the 3DS is an awesome system right now. It's going just full steam ahead. Show me that you can criticize constructively. I'm not saying bash. I'm not saying go bond on it. I'm not saying go ham. Just let me see that you can give constructive criticism towards your company of choice. That's this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.